Yes, size and versatility, and plus we all know he can really shoot that basketball.
Ulrich Shamshe lost the tip there to Abdullah Ahmed, but it bounces out of bounds, so the 905 will have the first possession. Shamshe also getting back into the starting lineup, returned from an illness on Friday, but came off the bench. Eugene Omoruyi passes under the hoop, and one more to Shamshe, who was fouled going up. He didn't score in his return on Friday. He almost had an emphatic bucket to start this game.
That would have been a great bucket to start this game. Good up fake by Shed, and then Shamshe. I think he just lost the ball and hit back rim.
Foul goes against Ahmed, the starting center for the Knicks. Shamshe's free throw gets the roll, and the 905 are up 2-0.
Not to mention they struggle at the free throw line as a team. They're last in the G League in that department, so seeing that ball go in early on is a great start.
TJ Warren open for three, but no good. Here is Jamison Battle. Last played with the 905 in their Scotiabank Arena win on Thursday. Omoruyi misses the three, and a rebound for Bowie. Bowie, the starting point guard, over to Chuma Okeke. And another missed three, a rebound for Battle. Shed pushing the pace, puts it up. Offensive rebound, Shamshe, and it just rolls off the rim. Still up for grabs. Shamshe saved it, but to Donovan Williams.
Good hustle by Shamshe.
Bowie for three. No good again, and the Knicks hit a ton of threes to start the game on Friday. That was big for their win.
And so far 0 for 2. I mean, TJ Warren got a wide open look. 905 extending their defense, trying to press. Very smart.
Nice dish by Shed over to Shamshe, who's got all four.
And that is a big help for the 905. Just decision making as a whole.
Bowie and one. Slipped in between two defenders, Shamshe and Battle, and he scored despite falling to the floor.
And this is an issue for the 905, is recovering defensively, getting back in transition. Bowie able to beat the 905 down the floor off of a made basket.
Bowie scoring 14 a game, 4 assists. Albany, New York native who went to Northwestern. He was actually one of the few big players for the Knicks that was kept quiet in the last game. Only ended up with 5 points. Shed gets a Shamshe screen. Step back three. Just rattled out. And the tapped rebound goes out of bounds off the Knicks. Might have been Williams. If not, it was Ahmed.
But they're battling inside, which is most important, Ben. You see Shamshe and Omoruyi, just their size and strength, being able to contend with the size of the Westchester Knicks.
Battle for three, and that's the first triple made by either team in the game. Jamison Battle shoots it at a very high clip.
He changes things completely. His ability to create his own shot just by using his eyes. You see most people, they want to attack him in terms of a closeout. You have to close up because you know he wants to shoot. What does he do? Up fake, knock it down.
TJ Warren releases from three, nearly banked it in.
He's 0 for 2
in the Knicks.
0 for 2 for him personally to start this game. Good sign.
Kickball, Bowie stuck the leg out. TJ Warren, a huge influence on the last game, ended up with 30 points in that effort. And he hit a lot of threes early.
Yes, he did. But scorers know how to score, and he did it in a variety of ways, whether it's, as they call it, garbage points. He gets to the rim. He can, off of rebound, doesn't matter how.
Battle with another three. A little bit long on that one. Warren picks up the rebound. About 2.5 minutes in, early advantage 905. Bowie off the mark. A lot of threes put up early by the Knicks, but none of them going down. Omoruyi speeds through the lane, untouched to the hoop.
That's a good drive by Omoruyi. Timeout, Westchester. 905 off to a very good start. Omoruyi patient there.
Talked to Coach Drew Jones about what his team needed to slow down Williams, who has 0 points so far in this game. And he talked about just playing for each other, playing with toughness, communicating. And he talked about the fact that this team does not have a lot of length, so they've got to play for each other and support each other defensively. So that's really the change that he's looking for, Ben and Warren.
Thank you, Akil. And maybe you see some of that physicality being imposed by Jamal Shed, who just picked up a foul off the ball, grabbing onto Williams. But he wasn't letting Williams take a step, was Shed, without hitting him or putting his body on him in some way.
Which is imposing your will and a very important part of basketball, making things difficult.
They go to Williams right now, number 8 in white, but he flips it back up top to Bowie. Battle switches onto him. There's a mismatch underneath. 905 switch it. Williams shoots the long 3 anyway.
And that's what you want to live with.
That's another missed 3.
That's exactly what you want to live with. Force him into shooting a tough shot instead of getting the easier layup at the rim. He's very good around the basket.
Now they're going to work him on the other side. Banging with Omoruyi, and it's a foul committed there by Donovan Williams. Omoruyi going to the line.
Absolutely. I thought it was a foul on the first one. I mean, Donovan Williams is the one initiating the contact with the elbows. You see the right arm right there. Absolutely.
It's a little old school, though. It's fun to watch. You don't see that every day.
No,
now.
you don't. No. Especially with the way things are called now.
Omoruyi rims out on the free throw, and the Knicks take back over, down 9-2. Bowie over to Warren. Omoruyi on him. They had a fiery matchup on Friday. Now OKK guarded by Battle. Warren flares the screen. OKK gives it to him. Warren for 3. It's good.
That can't happen. That's Coach Drew just doing what I was just going to say. A miscommunication. You have to talk defensively, especially with those two. OKK can create his own shot, and we know Warren is definitely capable of doing that.
Omoruyi stepped on the sideline. No, he traveled. Yeah. Took a couple steps there before putting the ball on the floor.
You hear Coach Drew giving more instructions of how to attack that matchup. He said, catch the ball, get it, and go. You don't need that extra move. It's a hard move to master, that pivot. You can't drag that foot whatsoever.
Chandler guarding up well on Bowie. A near turnover on the handoff. Warren recovers with 8 to shoot, and an offensive foul. Ahmed grabbing on the screen there. And it's going to go back to the 9:05. First turnover for the Knicks.
Absolutely. And you can see the difference between the intensity, the defensive intensity between this game and the one 2 days ago. Completely different energy.
Shed driving on Warren, blocked from behind. Very nice recovery by TJ Warren, who flips ahead into the corner for Bowie. Swing now OKK. Triple-doubled on Friday. Passes out to Bowie for 3. And Ahmed reaching over. Battle for the rebound. And now foul is going to be called. And Ahmed potentially going to the line. What did you see there?
I almost shoved you out the chair.
No,
My bad.
okay.
I apologize. But no, I didn't. My reaction was like that because I didn't think that was a foul. I thought he got up clean, and you can see he outmuscles Battle for the ball, and then I don't know where the foul is. There's no body contact. I think he just got the basketball.
The foul went on Battle, who was on the floor. So maybe there was contact low where we weren't looking. Shed's going to come out, by the way, for Tyreek Key. Jashu is into the game for Shamshe. But it wasn't Shed who was contesting that shot that got called for the foul, but rather Battle. Free throw is missed anyway by Ahmed. It's more of a rebounding and defensive center than a big scorer for the Knicks. Chandler, some nifty moves, drives right at Ahmed.
He is phenomenal, man. He is phenomenal in that. Great decision maker. He made 2 different moves, like he was practicing with pylons and protecting the basketball with using the other side of the rim. Great offensive set.
Williams saves from the over, and back, and it was tipped, so OKK could catch it on the wrong side of half. 6 to shoot. Baseline, Ahmed with the reverse.
Another miscommunication there, but Ahmed, the recipient of a great pass.
Jashu screens and rolls and gets blocked by Ahmed, the leader in the G League in blocks per game. Warren open for 3. Got it again.
You're not going to miss too many of those wide open. You have to contest, and Westchester's game plan, miss or make. They want to get up the floor and get early looks.
An 8-2 Knicks run. It was 9-2 for the 905. Battle left wide open, and it rolls out. That's what the 905 wanted, just didn't get in. OKK with a size mismatch against Kennedy Chandler. Chandler sticking in front of him. Half the shot clock is gone. Williams screens and they switch. Dumped it into Williams. Lob up. Saved back to Ahmed. Only 3 to shoot.
Good
and
defense.
An air ball.
Great wall up by Omoruyi.
He'll take it the whole way down the floor and gets the roll.
Gets the lucky roll. Great job by Eugene Omoruyi in the open court taking a page out of Donovan Williams' book.
And then he got back there to make sure he was guarding Williams. A foul was committed just after, but Omoruyi made a play at his own basket, went all the way to the other basket, and was the first guy back on defense.
And that is the tough part. You have to do that, and that's the work ethic and the work rate required, especially for this team. Like I said, getting back in transition is very vital for the 905. Omoruyi leading by example there, scoring the ball on one end and getting back in the other. Much deserved rest for him. Hopefully 905 can maintain this lead that they so well deserved to start this game.
Quincy Guerrier comes in replacement of Omoruyi. Looks like he'll be guarding Donovan Williams. OKK gets the inbound pass to a curling Warren. Dessou picks him up. Warren fouled. He's going to the line. For TJ Warren, that 30-point effort that he had on Friday, it was his 5th 30-point game already this season.
No surprise there. He is a professional scorer, professional bucket getter. Even when you could technically call that a slow drive, a controlled drive, he's just looking for body contact, and that's exactly what he did. And then drawing fouls at this level especially is a skill, because everyone's crafty, everyone's very intelligent, everyone's high IQ players, or else you can't play here, and he just knows how to do it, and he's very good at it.
Battle drives at OKK, mid-range jumper, swish, and it's a 3-point lead again.
And that's the part of his game he can continue to develop, because everyone knows he's a 3-point shooter. You don't expect him to drive as much. You don't expect him to use the mid-range. That's a great example of someone who's capable of doing exactly that.
Pass to Damian Ball, who came off the bench recently. He missed the 3, but 2 905 players, O'Banner and Guerrier, tip it out of bounds. Also might want to keep your eye on number 4 in white, Pacome Dadier, who was a first-round draft pick by the Knicks this year. He's into the game, and he had a good performance for the Knicks on Friday.
Yes, he did. Quietly, but he was overshadowed by Donovan Williams and TJ Warren, but even OKK as well. But he had himself a ball game. Very capable scorer as well.
There's Donovan Williams soaring in for his first bucket. Quickly the other way goes Chandler, and it's last touch 905. So that's turnover right back to the Knicks. For the 905, it's Chandler, Battle, O'Banner, Key, and Guerrier right now. TJ Warren for 3. Got it again. Well, don't mind the slow start for TJ Warren and the Knicks from out there. Warren's hit 3 threes now in this quarter, and the Knicks have their first lead.
And 2 back-to-back.
O'Banner screens for Chandler, and the 3 is short. A fight for the rebound. O'Banner had it, and Warren picks it up off the floor, flings it ahead. Dadier with the 2-hand dunk. Raptors 905 with a timeout after a strong start to the quarter.
That's no easy feat as well. Those are career numbers, by the way. He had a versatile 30 points here 2 days ago for Westchester, and not only can he shoot, he can score at all 5 levels. Get to the free throw line, he can post up, he's good in the mid-range, deadly from 3, and he can get to the rim.
Bounce pass inside. Quincy Guerrier rises for the post dunk, and the 905 back within 2. Now Gilliard poking away off the inbound, and that'll get the 905 bench up and clapping. Let's go over to the baseline. Here's Shaquille Augustin.
All right, well, guys, I just witnessed my first Drew Jones huddle, and I'm a better person for it. That is an intense coach. And if you notice that pin down, that was directly a result of that timeout. He is not happy with his team's effort and energy. He wants the guys to come out and be a lot more forceful. And as you see, they're going to Guerrier in the post because they're trying to be more physical against this Westchester Knicks team to change this game around, Warren.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, thank you, Akil. I mean, it did work for Guerrier last game. He was 8 for 9 for 17 points in the loss.
Exactly. And on the defensive end, they were doing that. They were being physical in the first 5 minutes. That kind of tapered off a bit, but offensively, they can do the same thing. You have to assert your will in these types of games. You got to be physical.
I'm Ben Schulman alongside Warren Ward. Just heard Akil Augustine on the baseline. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and Damian Ball, the backup point guard, looking for an option, finds the hoop and scores. And now there'll be a delay of game warning as Ball might touch the ball right after it had gone in. Evan Gilliard's going to carry it up for the 905. Ulrich Shamshe jogging alongside him. Jamison Battle, Tyreek Key, and Quincy Guerrier also on the floor for the 905. Guerrier drives at Dadier, spin move,
Nice
and he
move.
draws a foul.
Nice move, way to create his own offense. And again, he's someone similar to Warren. When he drives, it's not the most explosive first step right away, but he sets a defender up and then spins and looking just to create contact, looking to get a foul. Good move.
Donovan Williams and Jamison Battle coming out for their respective teams. Jamal Shead replaces Battle, and Alex O'Connell replaces Williams. Quincy Guerrier now up to 4 points, one off of the team high that's held by Battle's 5. Ball pass to the corner, sidestep 3 OKK, and an offensive rebound. Ball goes back up with it, and another offensive board, this time Dadier, and there's going to be a foul going against Shed. Elbow got Damian Ball, and the referees are now conferencing right now. And a little bit of confusion on the floor, but we're about to learn more. It looks like Shamshay actually got the elbow in there.
That was inadvertent.
Yeah, I would assume they're conferencing to review whether this would be more than a common foul, but
that's the right decision.
And Pacome Dadier inbounds.
You see the level of basketball here. Davion Mitchell's in the house watching. 9:05 perform.
Dadier behind the back, kick to OKK. Guerrier with a good contest on him, and the three is short, but it's going to bounce right back to OKK. Dadier now fires and hits. Second chance points, always a big formula or part of the formula for the Knicks.
And they're one of the best at that. They're best in the G League. Offensive rebounding, 18 of those a night.
Shed right to the rim.
That's no easy task because Damian Ball's a good defender. Shed was able to freeze Ball and drive right by him.
Ball has it on the swing, dumps it off Warren, and he scores. Ball is their leading assister, 7 per game. Does that despite coming off the bench. He does play about 25 minutes, so he's going to play almost as much as anyone off the Westchester bench. 5-point advantage for Westchester. And a three on the way from Key, no good. But it's a save, and that's going to go to Westchester. Here's Dadier. Westchester with some numbers. OKK, transition three, good.
We know this team can shoot. They don't shoot a ton, but against the 905, these games they have. Seriously.
Shed passes to Key. Minute and a half to go in the quarter. Back to Jamal Shed, who has 2 points, 1 rebound, and 1 assist. Lost it. Last touch OKK. 5 seconds to shoot for the 905.
905 offense in the last minute and a half been a little stagnant. Not as much movement. I think their advantage is in the post and moving the ball quickly, attacking the rim quickly.
They go to Guerrier. Not a lot of time to shoot. 2 to shoot. He's going to have to put it up here, and he does.
Great patience by Guerrier. Uses the screener as a decoy. That has to be an offensive foul.
No call and a swing over to Dadier. He just hit a three, but that one is off the heel of the rim, and it's a rebound for Shed. He wants to push into the corner, and Key slipped out of bounds. That right foot just slid back of his into the sideline.
It's so tough with the three-point line being as far as it is. We saw Tyler Perry do that in the last game. We saw Key do it in the last game as well. It's really tough. You have to get your feet set and do it early so that you don't take that negative step and you step out of bounds.
4th turnover on the 905 to 2 for Westchester. They go inside out now to Dadier, and again he tries a three, but it's no good. Knicks have put up 17 threes in this quarter.
Yes, they have, and they gotten some really open looks as well. Really, really open. 905 have been fortunate that they've missed as many as they have.
TJ Warren's going to hoist another, going 2 for 1. It's a rebound for Guerrier, and the 905 can make this a 2 or 1 point game. Gilliard was a little out of control, gives to Guerrier, who goes over the top to Shamshay, tipped away by Warren. Shot clock turned off. Knicks can hold for the final shot. You figure it gets into the hands of Warren, who switches places with Baugh. Now kicks back to Warren. into the corner. Dadier again for three, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Tough break defense. I thought 905 were doing a good job rotating. They left Warren, and Pacome Dadier is in the corner. Guerrier goes for the steal, misses it. That's a tough one, but he definitely caught him on the wrist.
So Dadier has a free throw worth 3 here, and he sinks it, and it's a 7-point game. Guerrier puts it up at the end of the quarter.
It looked
good. It was close, just
good.
A little wide right, but that's going to... Welcome back to the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga, Ontario. I'm Ben Schulman alongside Warren Ward. Akil Augustine on the baseline as the second quarter starts with the Westchester Knicks leading Raptors 905 32-25. Damian Ball misses the three-pointer, and the 905 have their first possession of the quarter.
A lot of threes being taken. That's their 19th attempt already in this game.
And the Knicks not typically a team that hits a very high clip of their threes. Omoruyi's turnaround is good.
Great job by Omoruyi using his strength. Donovan Williams trying to plead his case that he was hooked. Might be a little bit of truth to that, but it's a big man's game.
Dadier getting through. Euro step from the Frenchman, and it's 34-27.
He is silky smooth. He got a real solid game, showing his versatility. And one.
Chandler just drives right into his stomach one play after, picks up the foul and scores anyway. Kennedy Chandler going to the line.
He had a similar play in the last game as well 2 days ago, where he's able to drive, hesitation, and then just hang a little bit in the air and wait for the defender to come back down to earth. Two talented players. You see Pacome Dadier with his size and his ability to shoot, put the ball on the floor, get out in transition, and then Kennedy Chandler, I mean, he has to be one of the best finishers in the G League, especially for someone his size on either side of the rim with either hand.
26 points he had in the game on Friday, near his career high of 29. And there's going to be a Knicks turnover as the ball was thrown away. It's an over and back. And it's the third Knicks turnover so far, 5 for the 905.
905 were lucky on that possession as well. They left McConnell wide open by himself.
And he's a three-point shooter.
Yes,
That's what he did at Duke.
Specialist.
Great. Shed driving right at Williams, and he's going to go to the line. Donovan Williams picking up his second foul so far, and he's obviously been a lot quieter than his 38-point performance last time, only 2 points so far.
I mean, it's still early. I wouldn't be surprised if he heats up eventually. But Shed initiating contact there and getting into Donovan Williams' body. Donovan Williams trying to plead his case, but it's a good call by the referee.
Free throw is short. 905, 2 for 5 from the line so far. Here is Williams, and he'll draw a foul off Kennedy Chandler. Chandler's first foul, the team's first of the quarter. So Guerrier battle, Chandler, Omoruyi, and Shed for the 905. A pretty small lineup. Ball has it for the Knicks. Drives at Shed, kick to O'Connell. Air ball on the three. It's Ball, Dadier, Williams, Bay for the Knicks, and Bay picks up the steal, goes all the way down the floor, but the layup's no good. Ball with the second chance off the mark, and the 905
great hustle by Shed, getting back, battle in there, tipping away, and there he is, finishing again. Ben, doesn't matter where he is around the rim, he is a phenomenal finisher.
Kennedy Chandler with the baseline cut, great feed from Shed, and Chandler adjusted midair to flip that off the window. 3-point ball game. Dadier guarded by the smaller Chandler. Puts up another three and misses it, but O'Connell swoops in for the rebound.
Battle getting blindsided. You got to put a body on someone when that shot goes up.
Jamal Bay connects on the three.
And that's what happens. You give up offensive rebounds. You give a team like this a second chance, they will take it.
Jamal Bay didn't have any points in the game on Friday. His first points coming just there in Mississauga. Shed kicks it out. Chandler one more. Battle for three.
That's good basketball. That's good. Shed draws the defense down, puts everyone into the paint, and now you have people open on the perimeter. And Chandler doing the unselfish thing, giving it up to their best shooter.
Second made three of the game for Battle, who now contests O'Connell. And it is an absolute display from the three-point shooters in this game as O'Connell and Battle go back and forth.
Tough shot by O'Connell.
I mean, you get the contest you want from Battle. There's a steal from O'Connell, who was tracking Battle all the way to the rim. He passes to Bay, who hit a three a moment ago, but that one's no good. The Knicks are 7 for 24 from three. Not a great percentage, and now an offensive foul as there was a collision under the hoop that spilled Jamal Bay.
Guerrier running into Bay.
There's a big fan. I talked to Coach Drew prior to the game. He's excited to have a big guard joining the team. He loves his physicality as well as his movement, his ability to shoot. 9:05 on the attack right now, and I hand it over to our professionals. Warren, take it away.
I don't know. They keep playing like that. We might just need to leave it with Akil. Transition dunk for Eugene Omoruyi. It's a 4-point game.
I like the energy by Akil.
Big news, though, for the 905, getting Jared Roden, who was on a two-way with the Greensboro Swarm, but then was waived when Isaiah Wong was signed to a two-way deal.
It's a massive pickup by the 905, Ben. Massive.
Battle for three. Had just hit a couple recently, but he misses that one, and it stays 40-36. Uidu O'Connell got a step on Key, but Key recovered to block him. Last touch O'Connell as he landed out of bounds.
Not only did he block the shot, he threw it off of him as well. Key with the recovery on O'Connell. O'Connell using a little bit of a banana cut, and then he throws it right off him. 905 basketball. It's good defensive intensity. Different team we've seen here. Ben?
Absolutely. I mean, the 905 hanging around in this one. It was a lopsided game at this point on Friday. And a lot more points were scored by the Knicks at this point on Friday. Shamshe screens for Shed and rolls. Skip past Key for three. And it's short. Bowie with the rebound, and the Knicks out and running. Bowie to O'Connell. He's going to hoist it up anytime he can. And that one goes out of bounds, and it's going to go the way of the 905. A little bit fortunate there. It was going out of bounds off of the 905, but Bowie got a little tangled up there.
Well, Omoruyi taking a page out of Key's book and throwing the ball right off of Bowie there. Good hustle by Omoruyi. Heads up play.
5 minutes into the second quarter, a 4-point advantage for the Knicks. Battle, step back. And O'Connell tips the rebound, and he'll pick it up and push the pace. 905 recover on defense. Abdullah Ahmed, the starting center, gives it off to Donovan Williams. A drive right around Battle. He rises, takes some contact, but misses, and a good tap out by Shamshe to get it to Shed with numbers. Battle with the left to the rim.
Great job in transition. Omoruyi makes that play defensively. Shamshe tips it, the ball out, and Shed giving a dime pass to his running mate. He's able to finish.
It's now a 2-point ball game. 905 outscoring the Knicks by 5 in the quarter. O'Connell affected by Shamshe. They say that he didn't travel there, but Bowie misses the second opportunity anyway. And now a lob ahead. Omoruyi to tie it up. Can't get it to roll in, but he will go to the free throw line. It was an innovative way to shoot that ball. He kind of flicked it over his head behind him.
Yeah. Good head man. Omoruyi on the run. Doesn't travel, and then tries to reverse.
Drew some contact in the process. So now a free throw can tie the game. Omoruyi shooting 50% at the line on the season. And we are tied at 40. 10 points now for Gino Omoruyi, tied with Jamison Battle for the lead on the team. Bowie and Williams get a little crossed up, and that's out of bounds off Westchester. A turnover gives it to the 905.
There's too many people in front of me. I didn't see how Don Williams slipped.
It almost looked like he and Bowie, you want to cut really tight to the guy handing you off the ball. It almost looked like they collided a little bit. Quincy Guerrier and Kennedy Chandler are going to come into the game. Omoruyi comes out. So does Jamal Shed. So now you have it tied up. This is a big time in this first half for the 905 to try to keep it close. Key tosses over to Guerrier for three. No good, and a rebound there for Ahmed. Bowie running into the key. Euros blocked by Shamshe. Offensive board, though, for Ahmed, and he'll put it in with the left.
Good determination to get back on defense by the 905. They're in this one for sure.
Shamshe screens for Chandler. Lob up top, and Ahmed kind of boxed him out to make sure the Knicks came down with it. Bowie to OKK. Kicks it back out. Warren for three. He's hit 4 threes in a row, and he's got the game-high 16.
Yeah, 905 not helping themselves to 9th turnover. We saw they had 18 in the last game.
Battle puts up a three. No good. He was trying to capitalize on the Williams fall. Now Williams driving at Battle. Tried to dunk on him, and he's going to go to the line after a hard foul.
Five have just a little bit of the momentum out of their sails right now, but if you're going to foul, this is the way to do it. Give Donovan Williams no attempt at the rim. He's going to go up and try and dunk. That's what he does. He's great in the open court, especially on that side of the floor, going with his right hand. So if you're going to foul him, you want to make sure he doesn't get an attempt up at the rim.
And Battle kind of towed that line well, where he's still making a play on the ball.
Yeah,
his hand hits the ball as he's fouling.
Absolutely.
Williams off the mark on the free throw, and Shamshe pinned it to the backboard to secure the rebound. Now Guerrier just tried a three from there, fakes it and drives in, but Ahmed likely affected the shot. Warren spills to the floor as OKK takes it into the front court. Bowie for three. No good. Ahmed offensive board, and he's fouled by Shamshe on the way back down.
OKK showing off his ability to handle the basketball, get out there and in the open floor in transition, and Ahmed he's crashing the glass hard. Foul by Shamshe. You have to put a body on someone, especially against a team like this. Like 18 offensive rebounds a game, it's no easy task.
Already 6 boards for Abdullah Ahmed, who's rolling to the hoop. Warren turns away from him to give to OKK. Out of Auburn, he zips it back over to Ahmed, and the center puts it home. Shamshe clearly trying to not foul there, already on 2.
OKK is the one who's making that play. Great pass.
7-0 run for the Knicks after the game got tied up. Shed's three is no good, and a physical rebound by OKK. Here is Williams in his favorite spot, out and running, drives into his defender, blocking foul, and one. Kennedy Chandler gets hit with the foul there, and Donovan Williams starting to impose himself a little bit more on this game.
He is held quiet early on, not anymore. You can see the difference. 905 put together a really good run. They tied the game up, and then since then, it has been all Westchester.
Yeah. 9 straight points, and it could be 10 here if Williams can convert on the free throw. So a 10-point game now. An advantage for Westchester. That's their largest so far in the game. Shed. Over to the middle, Omoruyi. Three is short. Rebound Williams. They brought Shed and Omoruyi back in recently. Those were the guys that helped engineer the comeback to get it to a tie game. Williams step back three. Offensive rebound, Ahmed. Guerrier guarding him, and the shot is in. A lot of second chance opportunities now for the Knicks, and they're converting.
And basically a 12-0 run.
4 rebounds to start this one.
Yes, sir, Ben. And honestly, it was kind of quiet. I didn't realize until after the game he had a triple. Like, oh, he had a triple-double. I mean, he was definitely everywhere all over the floor. We know that, but he's showing his versatility and his ability to mix it all together, and Quincy Guerrier doing the same. He's someone very similar in terms of skill set, drive with either hand, can shoot the ball. Him and OKK, and also very physical as well.
It's a huge play coming out of the timeout for the 905, who were trailing by 12. Can get it to 9 here with a free throw make. Off the mark, though, so the 905 now 3 of 7 from the line. The Knicks 3 of 6. 3.5 minutes to go in the half. Guerrier is guarding Warren. It goes to OKK. And there's going to be a whistle under the hoop. And a foul is going against Key, I believe. It will. For Key, it's his second, but more importantly, it's the team's fifth in the quarters. That's going to be a free throw. Damian Ball rattles it in, former Memphis Tiger and Texas Christian Horned Frog, and now he gets back on defense with his team up 12. Shed to Chandler, over to Guerrier. Fakes the handoff to Omoruyi, gets a switch, going against Dadier, and he missed the shot there. Rebound for Dadier, the 19-year-old, but Omoruyi forces a held ball. So that'll be a jump ball from the Westchester side of the floor because Omoruyi didn't give up on the rebound.
Good fight for the ball. Glad Omoruyi just tapped Dadier and move on to the next play. I thought Guerrier got fouled on that drive, though.
Omoruyi easily winning the tip, by the way, and the 9:05 will take it back. But there was a clock issue. The clock should have only reset maybe to 14 because there wasn't full possession there.
Yep. And I think they're going to put it to 14 now.
Well, I actually think they said the scorers corrected, so that was more inadvertent whistle because the Knicks did have possession before Omoruyi went to hold the ball. Shed now missing off the window. Rebound Ahmed. Abdullah Ahmed having a huge first half. Already 10 rebounds. Bounce out to Warren, who's really thinking about the three. He's got 4 already, but Omoruyi comes up to clamp him. Passes over the top of Guerrier to the cutting Dadier, who flips it in.
A good play between Dadier and Warren.
14-point lead now for the Knicks. Omoruyi. Cross-court pass to Key.
Big shot. Great pass. Get the ball inside out. That's what you want to do in these types of games. Inside out.
First three-pointer made of the game for the 43% shooter this year, Tyreek Key. Now an 11-point game. Warren's going to hoist with Key's hand right in his face. Rebound Omoruyi.
It's better
his
defense.
fifth.
Trying to contest the shot at T.J. Warren.
Shed around the screen. Skip past Key again for 3. And a foul on Warren, who went right
in the chairs.
And Warren might be bruised. He spun into about 3 or 4 chairs courtside. Donovan Williams comes back in. By the way, Abdullah Ahmed checks out, so a smaller lineup now for the Knicks.
You might think he was coming over here.
Seriously.
I wasn't going to save you. I hope you know that.
I don't know if you could have.
Not good.
Free throw miss, and then the other way, and one for Williams. And that's a big swing in this game. The 3-point free throw didn't go down for Key, and now a chance at an old-fashioned three-pointer for Donovan Williams.
And where'd it come? Open court, transition, where he is strongest.
He's going to come out. Jamison Battle back into the game. Battle tied for the team lead in points for the Raptors with 10. Donovan Williams hits, and a 14-point lead reestablished. It's the largest lead tied for that the Knicks have had so far. 100 seconds to go in the half. Kennedy Chandler sweeps inside, kicks it over to Battle in the corner, who had no space to operate. That's because Williams fouled him. It'll be the third on Donovan Williams.
Yes, come on the game.
They do bring Ahmed back in, who himself is on 3 fouls. And the 9:05, most importantly for them, gets to go to the free throw line after they were kind of stuck in the corner along the sideline there with the shot clock winding down.
See if Battle can capitalize, but I like the emphasis for the 9:05 of putting the ball in the paint and then playing from there and kicking the ball out. Whether that's a post-up or a straight line drive into the paint is what you want to do against this team. And they've had success thus far, and that's why they're still in this basketball game. But they have to tighten up on this end of the floor, and especially in transition.
It was tied 40-40 at one point. 9:05 now down by 12. Dadier, offensive foul.
Yep. I think Guerrier got hit or hit his head on the floor, but giving up his body for the charge. That is a winning play.
It's the second game in a row that he has drawn a charge.
Yep.
Oh, he got a knee up high as well.
Yes, yes, yes. And Ahmed knee as well. That's a large knee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a large knee.
Remaining on the floor, though, is Guerrier, and a block from behind by OKK, and Chandler tried to chase it down. It goes off him out of bounds. So that'll be Westchester ball. A minute to go in this quarter. OKK over to Dadier. He and Voss switch sides, and now Warren weaving as well. Screen from Ahmed. Warren driving on Omoruyi. Spins, dips his shoulder into him, and scores with the left.
That is tough. It's a left-handed hook for a right-handed player. I mean, like I told you, professional scorer.
It's pretty good defense from Omoruyi.
Phenomenal defense. You can't play any better than that.
Battle puts it up quickly off the pass and connects. And the 9-5 get it back to 11 with just over 30 seconds remaining.
That's the same as getting in the paint. I mean, you draw a defender, they overhelp, overcommit. Same side, you want to pass that ball to a shooter, and especially if it's Battle.
Dadier took his time over half. Ball wanted to go 2 for 1, but they go inside to Ahmed, and a foul is called. It was an awkward shot from Ahmed, so you figured something happened. I think Omoruyi's saying, though, that Ahmed initiated the contact. And the 9-5 bench at least thinking about whether they want to review this. It looks like they're going to let it stand. I think the right hand of Omoruyi makes some contact low.
Tough break back for Omoruyi picking up that foul.
9-5 can hold for the final shot, down by 13 right now to the Westchester Knicks. Battle comes up top. Shed working in the middle of the floor, has it poked away. Dadier with 1 on the clock behind the back, and he put it up late. That wouldn't have counted anyway. And that's how the first half comes to a close. The 9-5 trailing by 13. Have 6 steals. The Raptors 9-5 had none, so a disparity in live versus dead ball turnovers as well. And Boo Buie's going to go off the mark with a 3-pointer to start the half.
And Coach Henderson was spot on when we talked about getting paint touches, right? It's the most important thing you can do against this team. I think 9-5 were much better when the ball touched the paint. They didn't settle for outside jump shots, and you have to get the ball in there first and kick it out and live with the result. But that's better, way better offense when you do that than when the ball does not touch the paint.
Shed went into the paint and gave it to Battle, who missed the 3. Battle leading the 9-5 in scoring with 15. Ahmed doesn't put these up a ton, and he misses that one. That's just his 3rd 3-point attempt of the year. Bounce pass inside. Shamshe run into the rim.
It's a high percentage. Look, he's not going to miss too many of those.
Yeah. Just caught Ahmed sleeping a little bit on the way back. Assist goes to Kennedy Chandler. His 2nd assist, or making his 3rd so far. Warren has it poked away by Omoruyi. That gives him another dribble, though. Now he'll pass it over to Buie. Lost it off his foot. Now there's only 3 to shoot. Buie hoists it up and it connects. What a shot from Boo Buie.
What a shot. Right at the end of the shot clock, too.
Now foul being called on the screen there. It's going to go against Donovan Williams. Boo Buie was 0 for 6 from 3 before he hit this.
Loses the ball, looks at the shot clock and sees he has time, and then just pulls up, and he's very capable. We know he's not afraid to shoot. He had last game he took the first 3 of the game, and this one same outcome. He looks to shoot anytime he touches the basketball.
Battle putting up another 3 so far in the half, but that one won't fall. It's a 14-point advantage for the Knicks. Williams with 4 fouls after that one was called on the last possession, and an offensive foul. That's going to be his 5th.
And he has to come out.
The leading scorer in last game has 5 fouls with about 22 minutes of basketball to go.
Correct call. I didn't see it from here, but that off-arm hook is why he has to sit. Obviously, Shed did a great job of selling it, but
Right.
the contact was initiated.
Shed, give and go with Battle. One more wide open Chandler. But the rebound goes to Shamshay, and another one for Omaruyi, and a tip up by Shamshay, and another one for Omaruyi.
That's good hustle. Great hustle. That's an earned bucket. Definitely a couple fouls that could have been called. No worries. 9:05 score anyway.
12-point game now. Bowie to Dadier. Dadier came in when Donovan Williams went out. Now Chuma Okeke putting up a three. And the rebound, 9:05 players under it. Chandler, the smallest of them all, grabs it. Drives around Bowie, but lost it for a moment. Gets it back and gets it over to Battle. Back to Chandler under the hoop. He scoops it up over Ahmed.
Talented finisher. Doesn't matter if Ahmed's there or not. Mind you, he's going up against the leading shot blocker in the league and says, I don't care. I'm going to finish anyway.
Yeah, Ahmed had 3 blocks on Friday, and that was a low block game for him. Averages almost 4 a game.
Great defense by Chandler, fighting through that screen.
And now Dadier forced to put up a long 3, but the rebound goes off of the 9:05 out of bounds.
Chandler putting on a show of how to, we call that skinnying up. You have to skinny up to get through the screen so that you're not hit instead of getting trailed, because when you do, you're a step behind, and that's all a scorer needs. Battle has to skinny up and keep contact and push TJ Warren out to avoid him from getting the angle to score.
Jamal Shed over to Shamshay. He's going to put up a free throw line jumper, and he banked it in.
Bank is open on Sundays.
10-point ball game, and Shamshay having a nice day at 8 points. Big dunk attempt by Okeke. Didn't go, and no foul. 5 on 3 for the 9:05. Chandler is rejected, gets it back. Omaruyi from Prime Real Estate gets fouled, and he'll go to the line.
And Omaruyi goes fist pump, puts up 4 because he knows that's
right.
4 fouls on Ahmed.
The Knicks actually haven't committed that many fouls, but 2 guys have committed almost all of them. And yeah, he knew, you're right.
He knew, keeping count, putting pressure on the Westchester.
Omaruyi rolls that in, and now the 9:05 within 10. It's a 68-60 Knicks advantage. 9:05 outscoring the Knicks 10-5 so far in the quarter. Does feel like a Knicks timeout could be imminent. 3 from Bowie. No good offensive board. Ahmed, and he's blocked by Shamshay. Bowie's turnaround again off the mark, and it's going to be 9:05 basketball.
Desana drop with a technical foul.
He was on the floor after that one went out of bounds. I thought he was talking to his team, but maybe he was directing things other ways in the process. The 9:05 get a shot here on the ball. Free throw rattles out. 9:05 now shooting 5 for 11 from the line, and they'll take over possession here down 8. Jamal Shed carries it over. Battle flares the screen right in front of him, and Shed drives into the lane, draws some contact. If that's Ahmed, that's his 5th.
At 35, yep, that is his 5th. That is his 5th. Omaruyi somewhere pumping his fist right now and putting up 5. Yep, right from behind. You cannot reach. So Westchester electing to go small, and I'm assuming they will play either Okeke and Pacome. They're better yet, they'll just space the floor. They'll play positionless basketball. They put in a shooter and they go small. They have enough size to contend with the 9:05 and rebound, but 9:05 need to now punish them interiorly.
Yeah, it's Dadier and Okeke that are the closest to being bigs, but they're really more small forwards, maybe pushing on the lower end of size for power forwards. Here is Dadier. Kicks it back over to Okeke. Omaruyi on him. 6 to shoot. A nice move and a nice bucket for Chuma Okeke, up to 5 points.
Nice move by OKK. You've seen his offensive versatility, Ben.
Battle no good for 3. And yeah, OKK 5 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds this game. Inside goes Dadier, no good, but the follow good for Alex O'Connell. He's got 5 points off the bench.
And Westchester just showing their ability to adapt to whatever style of play they have to, whether they go small. This team is actually, right now, changed the momentum of this game. 905 had it, and they had put in O'Connell, and things have taken a turn in Westchester's favor. Jamal Shed has other ideas, though.
Big shot like that will quiet some momentum. Quincy Guerrier is going to check it in a moment as well. Omoruyi gets slipped by OKK, who kicks to Bowie. The 3's no good. Almost halfway through this quarter. Nice pass to the corner, and Battle connects on the 3. Back-to-back massive plays from Jamal Shed.
He's missed some ones that he normally makes, so that's a big shot for his confidence as he's looking to put his imprints on this basketball game. This is 4th made 3 of the ball game.
4 for 11 overall. Limited time to shoot for Warren. Driving against Omoruyi. He picks up a foul, does Omoruyi, and Warren is going to the line.
Cameraman Alex Frazzle and I looked at each other and were like, wow, I haven't seen this in a long time. Warren, when was the last time you got chewed out by a coach?
Oh, a long time ago. I got chewed out by you, though, so it's the same thing.
905 looking to respond to that out of the timeout, but after the free throw, make a turnover, although Key steals it right back. Jamal Shed knifing his way through.
Nice.
Give it off to Guerrier, who's in double figures with 10.
There you go. Now, Coach Shu, you got to get back this end of the floor. Got to defend.
Battle picks up ball. 5.5 minutes to go in the third. 2 important Knicks players on 5 fouls. Donovan Williams and Abdullah Ahmed, both out of the game right now. Warren had a little bit of space, gave it to OKK, and a foul committed there by Omoruyi to send OKK to the line.
Great foul by Omoruyi. Nothing, no malice in that whatsoever. Just making sure he's not going up and getting the easy bucket.
3rd on Omoruyi, 2nd on the 905 in the quarter. And OKK cashes in. He's closing in on trying for another triple-double. 7 points now, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Guerrier just checked in after the timeout. Now it's Shed with the ball. Guerrier flashing underneath. They go to Tyreek Key, who checked in after the timeout as well. Driving on O'Connell. Gives it up to Omoruyi. Limited time to go up, and Omoruyi finds a little bit of space to score.
Well, we got a 4-point basketball game, Ben.
Lead for Westchester was as large as 14, and it was 13 at the break. Now a foul's going to be called as Ball came together with Shed, but they call a shove there on Key, which caused the collision.
Westchester trying to go guard to guard screen, and Key says, I have other ideas. Basically just shoved Ball into his own teammate.
Key does have to be careful, though. He's really the first 905 player in foul trouble with 4.
Correct. But continue to play hard, but the physicality is working.
He's grappling on the inside with OKK. All driving in. Contested shot. Almost got the roll. Tipped rebound goes to Battle, who flips it over to Shed. He wants to push the pace again. Lost it on the spin. Steal OKK. Behind the back to slip Shed. Fakes the pass. Falling away. Missed the shot. And it'll be Knicks ball as Shed, I believe, deflected it out of play.
They take Key out the game, try to protect him from foul trouble. They can use him in the 4th quarter. His ability to space the floor and knock down shots.
Evan Gilliard is going to come in. So is Kennedy Chandler. So now the 905 goes small.
Yep. Small, but also very quick.
Yes. Jamal Shed and Tyreek Key are out. Dadier in the corner, over to OKK. Puts up the 3. Omoruyi all over him, and he scores it anyway.
I love his game. He is silky smooth. He's not really a shot hunter either, but he can create his own shot. Great handle. You see him in transition. Solid defender as well. For his size, Impressive.
Was an NBA player regularly until this season. Guerrier for three left wing, and he rattled it home. That's a huge shot to get it back to a 4-point game.
How did they score that one, Ben? Inside out. Gilliard getting inside the paint and then passing the ball to his teammate, and Guerrier able to knock it down.
Warren at his pocket, picked by Gilliard. 5-on-4 for the 905. Battle lost his man and put it up, but it's a rebound for Dadier. He zips it ahead to Warren, and a foul is called. And they want the basket to count to the Knicks. They're saying that that block came after the ball hit the backboard. TJ Warren at the free throw line makes his shot. By the way, the result of the review was that there was no goaltending, as was called on the floor. So Warren did not get an and one. He just hit that free throw worth 2, and it's a 6-point advantage for the Knicks.
Yeah, it didn't look very close whatsoever.
Quick review for the refs. I'm Ben Schulman alongside Warren Ward. Akil Augustine on the baseline. And that one poked over the opposite baseline out of the hand of Quincy Guerrier. So 9 seconds on the shot clock for the 905. Evan Gilliard is inbounding for the 905. Chandler, Battle, Omoruyi, Guerrier on the floor as well. Battle up top to Omoruyi. Drive it on Okeke, and he flipped it on the level. Foul.
Yes, sir. Gilliard getting in position. Great job by the 905, recognizing when players are out of control. Ball didn't really have nowhere to go. 905 were majority of the players back. The only person trailing was Omoruyi. That's an easy call for the referee. Going the other way.
It's back-to-back games where Gilliard has taken a charge as well. Guerrier took one earlier. He's also done it back-to-back games. Chandler to the hoop, tried to sweep it under, but couldn't. And here comes the Knicks the other way. Ball knocked down by the reach-in of Guerrier. Should be a foul on the floor, but a foul nonetheless against Quincy Guerrier, his second. And it is the 5th on the team, so it's a free throw either way.
Since halftime, 905 only turned the basketball over 4 times. They had 8 going into half. Excuse me, 9. So only 3 times. Whereas comparison, Westchester is up to 10 turnovers now. So a little bit more balance when it comes to that aspect of the game. 905's defense has been better, only giving up 81 points thus far.
Gilliard for 3.
Big shot.
It's a 1-point game.
Big shot. 905 are competing.
Outscoring the Knicks 30-18 in the quarter.
Yep.
Knicks still without Ahmed and Williams on the floor, both on 5 fouls, both starters for this team. Ball to the corner. Jamal Bay for 3. He got it. A couple big triples for Bay today.
It's a big shot by Bay. Regaining the extended disadvantage.
Guerrier to Omoruyi. Gilliard has the ball again. He had brought it up. Works around the screen. Bounces to the cutter. Chandler missed.
Nice pass.
But Omoruyi follows.
Nice pass. Good cut by Chandler. Recognizing the weak side was open. And Omoruyi follows up with another 2.
Just over 90 seconds remaining in the third. Okeke right into the chest of Omoruyi. And they're going to say jump ball. 905 bench wanted to travel. Still not a terrible outcome, though. That's good defense. And a second jump ball forced today by Omoruyi.
905 and me. I wanted one as well.
Omoruyi won the first tip that he had against Pacome Dadier. This one against Chuma Okeke. Omoruyi is 6'6", Okeke is 6'7", and this one Okeke
Nice
wins
pass.
right to Chandler. He scoops it up, and we're tied.
Omoruyi 2 for 2. Big plays by him the last minute and a half. Tie ball game, Ben. This is coming. This is a good one. This is a good one. I'm excited.
First tie since it was 40-40 in the second quarter. Dadier, huge 3, and the Knicks are back up 3 points.
And there goes Dadier, just taking the energy right out of the building. Big shot by the youngster, only 19 years old.
Lob over the top. It was tipped before it got to Guerrier. A steal for the Knicks. O'Connell has his pass tipped out of bounds, and the Knicks will take over right near half. by Kennedy Chandler. Tries to stick around him, but the screen forces a switch. They go to the rolling OKK, and Chandler grabbed him. Just a mismatch once that switch got going, and they could throw it to a place where Chandler couldn't reach it, and OKK could.
It's a good offensive set, exposing one of the smaller players on the 905, getting him switched on to OKK, and ball with a nice look interiorly.
It's worth noting that when the game got tied at 40-40, immediately Westchester went on a 12-0 run. After this game got tied, 5 straight points for the Knicks. Chandler tried to pass to Battle. It was tipped out of bounds, so there'll be 5 seconds to shoot when the 905 check it back in.
Five seconds on the clock. They got to get something quick, but don't be impatient. Rush, excuse me.
Driving in, puts it up, and an offensive foul going against Quincy Guerrier, and that's going to turn it back over to the Knicks.
Oh boy. They're looking to see if they want to review. Guerrier drives. Yeah, that's an offensive foul. He put that right elbow right in Pacome Dadier's face. That wouldn't get overturned.
So the Knicks can have the last shot of the game with the shot clock turned off. Baugh wraps it around Battle. OKK foul going to the hoop. That was a heck of a feed there from Damian Baugh.
That was a great pass. Right around, wraparound pass. Extended wraparound with the right hand off the screen. Goes right around Battle. And again, the 905 are electing to switch. They did the same thing on the last possession, just in a different set. So Coach Dazana Diop recognizing the 905's reluctance to stay home and not switch.
Half-court heave for Omaruni, and it's off the rim and out. So we go to the fourth quarter in a 7-point game. Fourth quarter underway at the Paramount Fine Food Center. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm Ben Schulman alongside Warren Ward. Akil Augustine down on the baseline. And the 905 trying to complete a big comeback. Jamal Shed going to the free throw line off the first possession of the game. 905 have trailed by as many as 14 points in this game. They trailed by 13 points at halftime. It was big third quarter.
34 points in that third quarter, and 28. And I think a big reason why they were able to do that is because they didn't turn the basketball over as much. They've been slowing down the turnovers, more possessions, and I think they followed the game plan well in that third quarter by getting the ball to the interior first and then looking to shoot. And on top of that, they knock down shots. That's what you got to do.
Pacome Dadier into the center of the floor, missed the runner, rebound Guerrier. Worth noting still that the Knicks play without 2 of their starters, Williams and Ahmed, both on 5 fouls since early third. Shed called his number again. Guerrier with the second chance, and the third tap is good for Shamshay. And all of a sudden, he's got 10 points, 8 rebounds.
Almost approaching a double-double.
Three-point game. Pass for McConnell to come to him. Gilliard switches. Now pass to Dadier. Some contact. And the whistle was blown, but I don't think a lot of people heard it. There was a foul called, but play kind of continued.
Technical foul on O'Connell. They're battling between him and Key. And O'Connell just getting a little too handsy, a little too physical. Great job by Key bailing O'Connell into that. Or baiting, excuse me.
So Jamal Shed will get the technical free throw. Pacome Dadier has gone off, and Abdullah Ahmed has come back on. He has 5 fouls, so next time that he's charged with 1, he'll be out of the game. Shed makes it a 2-point game, and now because the Knicks had the ball, they get the ball.
And when you're a shot blocker, your tendency is to jump. So if I'm the 905, I am going to the basket first, looking to draw as much contact as I can, and we're going to shoot the ball secondarily, trying to get Ahmed out the game completely as he's such a big presence on the interior.
Ahmed screens and rolls. Skip pass tipped away by Guerrier, who for a moment thought he had the run out, but just couldn't corral it before the sideline.
You heard Coach Drew say, good job. That's what you want. You want to be in the passing lanes, getting deflections. It's not a charted stat in basketball. I think it should be. It makes a huge difference.
Ball inside, right at Key, missed it. Warren was looking for the rebound, but Guerrier tipped it over to Shed. Numbers for the 905, 4-on-2. Hilliard for the lead, and it's no good.
It's a good attempt, a good shot.
Jamal Bay shoves Guerrier with his offensive foul.
Yep, the same call they called on Guerrier. They're now calling on Bay, and we'll give Guerrier credit. Daytime Emmy.
Oh, you got to take a visit to the fans. They pay good money to be here.
Exactly. That off arm definitely made contact. Everything else after that was a little eccentric, but he sold it. Well done. What you got to do.
Jamal said looking to tie it as it's stripped away, and it's still going to be 905 basketball.
Shed going back to the line. He's another player for his size. Ben, great change of speed, especially when he starts up the right side with his left hand, and then quick crossover, and he's going to his right. Strong drive, right-handed. O'Connell coming out the game. They sub back in Bubui and Chama Okiki.
Ball went out of the game after this foul was called on him as well. And Shed has tied it up at 91. It was a 7-0 run for the Knicks after it was tied at 84. The 905 are now on a 7-0 run of their own.
Go.
10 minutes to go in the ball game. Bowie gives it over to Bay. He's hit 2 triples in the game, and a foul called against Gilliard.
That's okay, though. Gilliard trying to, again, skinny up, fight through the screen so that there's no advantage for the offensive player. Unlucky on that possession, but 905 have to keep fighting through.
Bounces to Warren, who's been much quieter in the second half than he was in the first. Bowie long 3, too long, and the 905 can take the lead here. Shed to the hoop, but he missed it. Shamshay rips it away, but they're going to give him an over-the-back foul.
Love Shed's aggressiveness in transition. That's what you want. He gets the ball. Very heady play. Going full speed and then bumps TJ Warren out the way. Goes around the contact, and yeah, Shamshay, unfortunately, a little too aggressive and hungry, but I give him credit for getting up the floor that fast.
Yeah. Shamshay closing in on a double-double, still with 10 and 8. Warren has 24 points. He had 18 of them in the first half. Guerrier trying to fight over top of the screen, stays on Warren. Swing to Okeke. 2 to shoot. Okeke has to hoist. Did he get it off in time? He did not. He missed the shot, and it's 905 ball anyway, but that's a shot clock violation for Westchester. Their 12th turnover matching, or pardon me, 14 turnovers for the 905, but it's real close now after it wasn't early on.
Exactly, and Westchester, or 905, giving Westchester a taste of their own medicine. That's a rushed shot clock violation. 905 fighting through screens on that possession and just playing solid defense.
Shed for the lead. Short. Shamshay going to get called for another over the back.
That's another area he has to work on. You can't go for every single rebound. You're going over the back. And if that's bonus, well, not yet, but it's the 4th team foul, so one more and they will be shooting. You have to know when you can jump, when you can get those balls. You just get them for unnecessary fouls.
Yeah, that's early in the quarter to already have penalty free throws coming the next time the Knicks get fouled. Still 9 minutes to play in the tie game. Warren got Shed off his feet. Now Bowie with the open 3, and he swished it to give Westchester the lead back.
That play made by TJ Warren, and jumping in the air will do that. Shed got to stay down.
Gino Marui waiting to check in for the 905. Shamshay hands to Shed. Screens for him. Knicks wanted a moving screen. Skip pass. Key for the tie. And a rebound, Bowie. Out and running, Chuma Okeke, Boo Buie over to TJ Warren. He wants to make the lead 6, but it's a long rebound instead for Shamshe. Gilliard turns it back.
This is a wise thing to do, be patient, get something good.
Shamshe fouled. Gilliard saw him out of the corner of his eye. Shamshe was open, rolling to the rim, and Warren just had to foul him there to keep him from scoring an easy dunk.
Good attempt by Gilliard, trying to reward the big man for all his hard work the last few minutes.
Shamshe is going to go out of the game, and into the game is Eugene Omoruyi. Shamshe is on 4 fouls. Chandler open in the mid-range, rattles it out, offensive board. Omoruyi fakes, takes, and banks it in.
How about Ahmed after he left his feet? He was going to draw that foul.
Eugene Omoruyi, by the way, 20 points and 15 rebounds in this game. Warren gets the switch, kicks to the corner. Bay is open for 3, and he hits his 3rd of the game. 9 points in 13 minutes off the bench.
Not great execution by the 905. You give a right-handed player the middle of the floor, they go to the middle, and help has to come. And when that happens, you leave a guy like Bay open, who's in the corner for a reason, shooting threes.
Now a huge steal for Warren, and he gives it to Bay. Bounce to Buie, stripped, and it's Nick's ball, but at least good hustle there, getting back. Gilliard poked it away.
TJ Warren diving at Gilliard to get that steal. He's successful, and Gilliard doing the right thing, getting back defensively.
Gilliard's going to come out of the game, and Jamison Battle, who scored 18 points so far in this game, comes back in.
So Shed will assume majority of the ball handling responsibilities.
Warren is stripped by Omoruyi, but his second opportunity goes in.
Another tough bucket by TJ Warren. Omoruyi can't do a better job playing defense than that.
Shed against Warren, pushes him back and scores.
Good job by Shed. 905 still close, but they have to get this end of the floor right to really get themselves back in this game. It's all defense.
Bay for 3, and he got it. 7-point advantage for the Knicks.
That is a big shot, and adding to this bench point total here for Westchester.
Shed dumped it off. Omoruyi flips it in on the finger roll. 905 are answering. They're doing what they can to stick around. Down by 5, 6.5 minutes to play. Still no Donovan Williams in this game. He has 5 fouls. Okeke for 3, and he got it. Back-to-back 87 as we resume at the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga, halfway through the 4th quarter. I'm Ben Schulman alongside Warren Ward, Akil Augustine on the baseline, and Jamal Shed goes to Quincy Guerrier for 3, but a rebound by Chuma Okeke. 905 had this game tied at 2 different spots in the 4th quarter. Right now things going the way of the Knicks. Warren bounces to the corner, another 3 on the way. It's no good, but an offensive board. Open 3 for Buie. And that one finds its way off the rim, and Ahmed is going to draw a foul from Quincy Guerrier. Guerrier looks dumbfounded at the call, but that'll send Ahmed to the free throw line. Ulrich Shamshe back into the game. Tyreek Key is out, a little more size.
Yeah, they have to clean up the glass, rebound that ball, especially on the offensive end. You see how hard Westchester is going after that ball.
An offensive rebound again. Bay comes up with it, skips it into Warren, who scores. There was a goaltend, but it fell in anyway. When you look at the total rebound numbers, they're actually pretty even. But Westchester, I believe, now has 17 offensive rebounds.
In comparison to the 11 for the 905.
Yeah, so it's not totally
no, but it's not so much how many you get, it's how many you capitalize off. Right. That's what Westchester's done.
Shed weaving his way into the key, takes some contact, and that's Ahmed out of the game.
That's 6. That's big.
Ahmed had played a lot of this quarter on 5 fouls, but this was bound to come at some point. And he goats him into it.
Yeah, he does.
I mean,
He baits him into it, whether it's on the body or the hand. Again, correct call.
For Ahmed, he finishes on a nice stat line of 10 points and 13 rebounds, a season high for him in points. But he will not finish this one. Dadier is into the game. They still haven't gone to Donovan Williams. Has got a job at Westchester, which is interesting. He's been out for almost the whole half.
Well, I think that's because Bay has been playing well in his absence, and he doesn't want to risk it.
Warren off the mark there. Rebound Shed. 8-point ball game. 5 minutes to play. 9:05 with some numbers in the half court right now. Omarui imposing his will. How about 26 and 15 for Omarui?
A phenomenal game for him. And again, making good decisions in the open court. That's a big area he needs to improve upon, and you're seeing this game he's gotten better at it.
Dadier had it poked away by Battle, picked up by Warren and stolen by Shamshin. Omarui bounced to Gary.
Nice pass underneath the hand, between a foot. 4-point game. Great job by Omarui. They have, and they've taken a lot more attempts than the 905. 47 3-point attempts already, and we're not done.
Still 4.5 minutes to play. Battle guarding Bowie. Guard tries to drive on the big, stops. Kick out Dadier, one more to OKK. Good recovery by the 905 defensively. 3 to shoot, step back for OKK. And that's a good defensive possession that has a lot of the bench on its feet.
Donovan Williams back in the game as well for the last 4 minutes to try and close out this win for Westchester. 905. Let's see if they have other ideas.
He is number 8 and white under the hoop. 8 to shoot. Shed driving against the
Great drive and good inside hand finish. Trying to avoid TJ Warren getting an angle to block that shot. They got a 2-point ball game now. 905 need to dig in defensively and get a stop.
Crowd getting loud here in Mississauga.
Ooh, and they do.
Omarui oversweeping the lane. One time again.
Great job, 905. Timeout, Westchester. They continue to do those things. They should be in a better position.
It's Ba, Dadier, OKK, Williams, and Warren. No bigs for the Knicks. Ba drives to the hoop. Here come the 905.
They have numbers. They have numbers.
Slows it down. Shamshay swings. Battle for 3. And Shamshay fighting for the board. So is Guerrier. It goes to the corner where Warren keeps it in. Pass ahead to Williams. He can fly. Shamshay affected it, but he still scored anyway. Williams up to 10 points.
Williams, man, he is phenomenal in that open court. He hasn't played in a quarter and a half. Comes in and just bullet train right to the rim.
Shamshay going to the hoop. They go to Battle for the lead. And it's a rebound for Warren. 2.5 minutes to go. Knicks by 2. Ba again calling his own number. Kick out. Dadier triple. Short. And he gets his own rebound in the corner. Fresh 14. Trapped by Guerrier and Omarui. He flings it back to half to Williams. 6 to shoot. Battle picks up Williams after the screen. A spin. A mid-range jumper off the window and in. And a 4-point advantage thanks to Donovan Williams for Westchester.
And scorers know how to score. He wants to go right. Spins back left.
Inside, and it's a 2-point game again as Jamal Shed continues to contribute. Now 20 points, 10 rebounds.
Change the speed in this direction for Jamal Shed, getting to that right hand as well.
And pardon me, 10 assists for Shed, 6 rebounds. Need a stop here, down by 2. Shot clock is diminished. Dadier driving the baseline, and he reverses to score with 3 defenders right there under the hoop.
That was very pretty. Okiki, Dadier, and Warren, all very tall guards who can finish at the rim. Got to give Westchester credit for finding these type of players.
Battle to the rim, and it drops in. 2-point game again, 1:24 remaining.
Another improving area for Battle, putting that ball on the floor. Great decision making, gets in the paint, under control, jump stop, floater.
They switch on the screen and a kick to the corner. Warren is open and he connects.
He's not going to miss those. That is
5 with 1:09. Omoruyi into Guerrier. Shed, Battle, and Key on the floor as well. Guerrier turns it back. Passes to Omoruyi. They're trying to find Shed and Duke. Get him a screen. Slips it over to Key. One more. Guerrier. Got to put it up at the buzzer.
Big shot for Guerrier. Got to get back. I think he almost slipped out of his shoes just now trying to get back up. Big shot by Quincy Guerrier.
2-point game. 43 seconds left.
There you go. Don't switch. That high ball screen. Do not switch the high ball screen for the 905.
Baugh had it poked for a moment. Draws a foul. He'll go to the line.
Under 2 minutes, so he has to shoot both. We got a possession and some change left. 905, if he scores this, need to go 2 for 1. Yeah, it's really handsy. Battle got his hand in there.
The foul wasn't the worst result out of things that could have happened. He still got to hit both to make it a 2-possession game. If he hits one, then you're within 3. And the first one rolls off. The players were acting like it was a good old-fashioned 1 free throw, like they usually do in the games. But no, it's 2, so everyone's going to clear out of the key again.
I wonder if the 905 will elect to call a timeout if he makes this instead of just going up 2 for 1. And they call a timeout.
They will. So they can advance the ball here. Yes. They shed up both 3-point shooters. It's Battle, Omoruyi, Chandler, Shed, and Dessou. Williams, Dadier, Warren, Baugh, Okeke for the Knicks.
And when you have 3-point shooters, it means the paint is going to be open.
Screen by Omoruyi. Shed for 3. And it's no good, and it's a rebound for the Knicks, up by 3. Dadier to the hoop, scores. It's a 5-point game. Chandler limping a little bit, although now he seems to be all right over half. Pass to Dessou. Battle hoists up a 3. It's short. It's a rebound for Baugh, and the 905 looking for a foul here, and now they will with 9.2 remaining. It looked like out of the timeout, they had an option, a play that could have went for 2. Not that they were only selling out for 3, but Shed decides to put up the 3, misses. And then the layup after that makes it really difficult.
I think they were looking for they're looking for the flare. They didn't get it, and then Shed decided to make a play. And if you take a shot like that, you have to live with the result, right? I mean, he's one of the best players on this team. You got to live with that.
Another free throw miss at least means that it won't be a 3-possession game after this. So you can still dream about a 3 and then maybe a steal off the inbound and another one.
Let's see if they call another timeout here, if they go up the floor.
They are out of timeouts, are the 905.
Gotta go right on the horse.
Arguably a miss, the better option. Or no, they aren't. Pardon me. One more timeout they had. So they'll advance it up, and there's really no downside at this point because there's no shot clock. Omoruyi and Shed for the 905. No Dessou, no Chandler. Guerrier and Key came in their place. Shed to inbound. Guerrier fighting his way to the sideline. And it's going to be a 5-second violation. Or no, a timeout called by the Raptors. No, it will be a 5-second violation. A bit of confusion in the arena. 905 didn't have any timeout, so they would have called one to nullify that. But that makes it Knicks basketball with 8.8 left. Dadier is going to dribble it over half and dribble this one out. A tight ball game. The 905 fought back from some big deficits to tie it multiple times in